Hello, this is Scuttle. Welcome back to FTB Interactions Remastered. Since the last time, I have done a very exciting refactor of the assembly lines again. I'll go over and just briefly discuss that. I did Astral Automation, so I set up the iridescent package crafting altar, which was fun because for that, you had to make something called a constellation focus because with this altar, you don't actually need to change the constellation, but it needed attuned crystals of uh, every single star. So that's why I had collected these before so that we could make that constellation focus in case I ever wanted to make that, and I did. And then I just automated a handful of the recipes here. You can see what I automated up here, just so I could stop having to, shuffle things in and out of my system to do crafting up here. Also, I use this beamformer, some technology that we've had forever ago. Um, just is a way to run some cables without actually running them, so those can pass up to 8 channels over a distance of up to 32 blocks. So those are cool. I thought they could pass dense cables, so they could pass 32 channels, but that was incorrect. And then over here we have some marked spectral relays. Those are providing starlight for this altar. And then these provide recipe inputs for that altar. And I have the old altar here just in case I need to swap it out and do an actual recipe on it for some reason. Or I don't feel like putting a manual recipe in there to use once. Because it's kind of annoying to update those patterns with that. And then UV research. I finished the research for the UV series of parts, which would be in here. Here we go, the ZPM pieces here. So the ZPM motor, the conveyor, pump, piston, and robot arm. Everything else requires computation that we do not currently have access to, and I apparently forgot to request it. HPCA. I wanted to build our new HPCAs this episode, and I didn't actually request it. Yeah, go. HPCA's away. So while that's running, I can go talk about I made the field generators. Those take 8 field generators each, and I already made 8, not 8, 40 field generators. So I guess I can talk about the, what's it called? The aluminum assembly line refactoring here. So the problem I was having was that when we had it set to blocking mode onto an ME interface, it wasn't properly reading the network. So like it wasn't actually reading the network as like having something in it. So like even though there were items in the bus, it would just continue shoving items into the network via the interface. It would only be once the interface itself was full, it stopped shoving items in. So I did this system, and the way this system works is that if I put an item in any of these buses where these interfaces are, they actually will show you on the interface that, hey, here's everything that's accessible on this line. So now, this interface here, which would try to push something in here, has blocking mode set, and it would be like, oh no, we can't, there's currently an item in here. However, because I can only push items through this, I had to make a weird setup for the fluids. So first I pass all of the items into this interface here. This is on interface channel number 2, and I have it set to priority 1, which is higher priority than everything else. So first all the items get deposited here. Then from here, I had to make a predicate card, and basically, where's my named predicate? Hold on one second. I think shuffling this over here. Here it is, okay. So I made 2 predicate cards, and predicate cards are kind of complicated, so I'm not going to run through what I did to make this. But basically, I made a card that says if the mod name equals AE2 fluid crafting, or if it doesn't equal AE2 fluid crafting. And what I did, instead of sending the fluids into here, I send the fluid as a fluid packet, which is an item. It goes in here. So the side that is set to export items that are from the mod called AE2 Fluid Crafting, they go up here in this fluid packet decoder, and that just instantly turns a fluid packet item into an actual fluid, and it stores it on the network, which I have a fluid storage bus right here. It just sticks the fluid into the quadruple input hatch. and then it does that for all the fluids. All the items go into all the buses because this is on channel. This is on channel 0. All of these buses are set to channel 0, and this one is on channel 1, I believe. So that's how that works. I won't go into the specifics of how I did the predicate thing. It's kind of annoying, but if you are interested, if you go on the actual what's it called? Integrated Dynamics wiki page. It's like its own web. Integrated Dynamics has its own website. It's called like Integrated Dynamics Rubinswork.net or something like that. If you go on there, there is a page called Filter Item Storage by Mod, and that's basically what I did to figure this out. Well, I looked at that and then I like kind of figured out how to actually do it. But anyways, that's just if you were curious on how I did it. I'm not going to walk through the steps I did to it because I feel like I've already done a lot of integrated dynamics on camera and it's probably not the most interesting thing. Anyways, so we are running our, we are requesting our HPCAs to be built right now. How is that going? I'm sure it just needs a bajillion of certain kinds of ingots. Yeah, look at that. It's crafting 128 crystal systems on a chip. It needs to do a bajillion ingots. Those are all in the alloy smelter as well. I bet the alloy smelter loves that. Needs 9,000 fine niobium titanium wires. Gross. Why do we need data orbs? Ah, these use data orbs. Okay. I was just like, did I request something that should not have been? Why do we need 10 data orbs, though? I don't feel like data bank is... Oh, okay. We need a data orb in the actual HPCA and then a data bank, which has a data orb in it. Okay, just double checking I didn't leave a data orb in one of these. Yeah, okay, data orb and data orb in here. Okay, makes sense. So while that's running, I was actually looking at how we can address fuel. So I've been actually taking our Nequadria. We've been processing Nequadria via this process here, the Nequadria sulfate dust, just mixing it with hydrogen to get the hot Nequadria. And I've been grinding that down to get tiny Nequadria for processing into liquid enriched Nequada because this actually gives substantially more. This gives 18 times more fluid output from the tiny dust of Nequadria than the enriched dust. But now we're kind of getting to a point where it's like, yo, we're out of... Hold on, what are we out of here? Why is this not running? Why are you running? Why are you not running? What are we out of here? Alumentum? Alumentum's not running. What's wrong with Alumentum? Let's take a look over here really quick. So Alumentum is still craftable. Alumentum, why can you not craft? Everything's available. I guess this just got stuck somehow. I'm not sure how that happened, but I'm just going to cancel that one and hope it's okay. Jeez, that's not happened. Oh, and my game crashed. Cool. Well then, I'm going to have to load back into the game. Server's still up, so it only crashed on my local client. Alright. Okay, got the game booting back up. I'm just going to step away while this loads up, and I will see you on the other side. Okay, loaded back in here. We are still crafting the HPCAs. Jeez. Apparently we're working on the crystal processors currently. Oh, the actual HPCAs themselves, like the controllers, apparently are done. They are currently in the assembly lines. Allegedly? Let's go take a look. I'm kind of surprised those got ahead. I was thinking that'd be more like one of the last things crafted. Yeah, here they go. 60-second recipe, that sounds about right. Okay, well, they go. So those are going to be done shortly. And we can see here an example of, let's see, which one of these are currently blocked? So here we can see currently in that system, well, we did see for a second that it had some circuits in it blocking the other items from being pushed in. Let's see if this one has any. Nope. So this is our fifth one crafting over here right now. Okay, well, we got Alimentum fixed. But yeah, I was saying, we want to kind of think about addressing this right here, because we're about to be out of nitrodiesel, and nitrodiesel is what we use to make our Naquata diesel. So, without nitrodiesel, there's no Naquata diesel. But if you remember, our entire process for making that starts with oil, and we've been out of oil for a while, actually. I just never went and refilled it. So I was thinking today we would work on actually automating oil, like permanently. And to do that, I have a few things. I have made something called a ever-shifting fountain. An ever-shifting fountain is something with which you can it's something with which you can kind of drill for fluids, air quote. Oh, whoa, I just took out all the PCA things as well. I didn't mean to take those out. I'll leave those in there. We do have these 5 parts though, but we also need 5 shells. No, these are the shells, right? HPCA. So we made 5 shells and now we need 5 computing parts for it. What are we missing for that? Oh god, what the heck does this need? That's so expensive. ZPM field generators? Yuck. What are we missing from this craft? The lead dust, huh? That could be kind of a problem. We don't have lead. It's been a while since we did some mining, so let me just go find some lead really quick. I don't want to mine super close to my base at this point because the way I mine kind of makes big old gaping holes, which can be kind of laggy, so... I don't know if they are still laggy in this version of Minecraft. Like, at some point, they were, like, every time you'd make a giant hole, it would just, like, load up and it would just cause all sorts of horrible lag. But let's go ahead and... I saw a vein right over here. Let's go grab this one. Should be nice and quick. What's next door? Tin. Manganese. Manganese is a rare one, but we don't really need it. Whoa, what is this drill set to? There we go. Okay, so we are down this deep so far and still nothing. Okay, here's our lead. Oh, and apparently we're in a mine shaft here. Alright, at the end of the day, though, this is still mining on camera, so I'm just gonna probably cut this until I finish getting back here. What is going on here? My drill is doing weird things with mining this. Oh, there went a whole bunch of ores. Honestly, I don't feel like I really need to mine all of these even, so I'm just going to... Oh, you know what? I bet there's silverfish in here. I bet that's what is causing this to kind of mine irregularly. Anyways, this is more than enough lead, I'm sure. Okay, one thing that I am doing is I'm collecting the galena for indium, but at this point, I don't know that I really need indium, at least not via the normal method of getting indium, so I might just, like, not do that, because almost all of this is galena, so... Maybe just for now, I'm going to manually put the galena in here, because I don't really want it to... Wait, does this process not work? Does galena not get liquid starlighted? Okay, galena does not get liquid starlighted. It's going to be a pain to kind of shuffle stuff around, so I'm just going to go ahead and processes it normal then, I guess. And then we'll have to... I'll just... I guess I could just send the Galena ore back down after I have did the first step of processing. All right, in you go. Wait, I'm confused. Where did my card go? Here it is. Okay, so that is not going. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also made a arc furnace multi-block, so that is just right here. I supply oxygen and blazing pyrotheum all the time, so this is for ore processing. You can see how much quicker it is at processing these ores. Where's the ores? So there it does. Well, you can't really see when it like snaps that much at a time. It's doing 16 every 2 seconds, okay? So here you can see there's 16, there's another 16, there's another 16, etc. Silver, how are we processing silver, by the way? I just wanted to really quickly take a look at this. Okay, so we're missing the lead from processing silver here because it's on this branch here. It's on the primary byproduct, and we're doing that. Maybe I think we have so much gold, I probably don't want to do silver in here. So let me actually take silver out of this here. Let me go notepad, silver, and then copy that one back in. And then over here, I need to do the same thing, but I need to take silver out of the exclusion clause. Okay, so that should now start putting the silver, and here, let me just go ahead and take this silver out of here. What's Galena doing in here? Making silver, yeah, that's fine. But I want the silver to make the lead. Alright, good stuff. Alright. Because the silver will make us some lead dust at a more preferable rate than... We don't need gold. We really don't need gold. We have almost 1 million gold dust, which is insane. Okay, so that's going. Let's see what else. I think we're ready to go ahead and go set up our oil drilling method. So I have made a Neromantic prime. It's not Necromantic prime, by the way. I keep seeing that misspelling and chuckling at it. But yeah, it's Neromantic. And what you do is you make an icosic resonator, and then you can go around and you can poke it at the ground, and it's going to tell you what the reservoir of fluids underneath the ground are. So I'm actually going to go and set this up. I don't want it near the base because it's actually going to make a crater down to the bottom of the map. So I'm going to go a little bit further away. Maybe, I was thinking maybe over here, actually, next to our sky platform, if Starlight, but then I was like, oh, wait, we have, what's it called? Our sky platform of light is, you know, it's up in the sky, and it's above a river, so that might be a little annoying. Also, I have a peace candle that can, that's the one I used during the Ender Chicken fight. That could just prevent us from having to worry about mobs while we're building this. Alright, let's go ahead and find somewhere to land. I'd actually kind of like for it to be daytime, so I'm not just spawning in a bunch of monsters while I'm flying around. Let me go address that really quick. Get close enough to base so I can get a drop of sunlight. Oop, I lost connection there. Floop. Okay, it is daytime again. Let's go maybe up here in this area. This, what is this? Lush swamp biome. This should be far enough from our base where we're not gonna have to worry about any kind of digging issues. Okay, so let's find our fluid we want first. Not seem to be finding anything. Does it only work at nighttime? Maybe it just doesn't work in this biome? Let's try the river biome. It doesn't work in. This might only work at nighttime, which, if so, is unfortunate, because guess what? It's not nighttime. I'm not sure why it's not giving us anything over here. Is it still giving us stuff if I go back to our base where I was seeing it before? So I know we were seeing some reservoirs over here. Ah, it must be a nighttime only thing. That actually kind of makes sense, but I actually have a fix for that. We have a watch of flowing time, which lets us actually control the time. And I'm going to put it to maximum power and set it in rewind mode, so we're just going to make it nighttime. How about that? And then, while it's nighttime, I can scope out the spot I want. Oh yeah, see, now it's working. Okay, so let's turn on chunk view. So this chunk is going to be our designated drilling chunk. Let me put our piece candle down. And we can defend our piece candle. Holy. I didn't think I was going to have to fight like a literal gauntlet of monsters over here the moment I touched down. Alright, well, it is now daytime again because I sped time back up with my watch of flowing time. Okay, so I think all of the threats are cleared. Let's go ahead and build the ever-shifting fountain with the Neromantic rhyme. I almost said necromantic. I guess that's why people misspell it. It's just like very... Necromancy is like a commonly seen word, and Neromantic, what the heck is that? I don't know. Okay, so ever-shifting fountain is a multi-block, and it kind of like, you can need to build it up in the air a little bit. So let me go up here, and then let me drop it. And I have made a sextant from... Okay, we can drop down 2 blocks. I made this... Uh-oh. First of all, where did you even come from? It is... The peace candle is over here. Bruh, the peace candle is not working. Come on, guys. Okay, I'm just going to clean my inventory again. All the random mob drops. Okay, let's turn off my watch. Put it away. Alright, I wanted to drop this down 2 blocks. Okay, so with the sextant, you can right-click and then start just kind of building. Building away. I suppose it doesn't matter if it's floating in the air or not, but I'm just going to follow it. Wait, how do you use the sextant, actually, though? Whoops. Not like that, I'll say that much. Sextant, hello? Do you want to give me the next step here? It, like, gave me the starting spot for the structure, and then it refuses to give me anything else. Hold on, what is going on here? Whatever, I'm just gonna have to use the book, because it does not seem to be working. So this is under Radiance, over here. Okay, so... we go pillar, pillar, sooty, pillar. Okay, let's see if I can remember that from memory. So sooty, pillar, pillar. Okay, and then the ring is... we put ruined marbles like this. And then these have to connect like that. And that should be the entire multi-block structure once I finish putting all of these edges on this thing. Okay, so that should be the whole multi-block. Now I'm going to scoot over my piece candle because this is going to make a hole, I believe. I'm going to put the Neromantic prime here. And now what? Oh yeah, you need to put a chalice on top. Where's my chalices? There they are. You need to put a chalice on top, and you need to put a liquid starlight in it. You can either put liquid starlight via light wells directly, and I brought some light wells, but then I'm like, why would I use light wells when I have a centralized production of starlight? So I'm just gonna go ahead and go back to /home and get some of that. So let me get a GPS. I believe you can transport into into one of these chalices. Like I believe you can pipe the fluids in. I don't know for sure, but I'm just guessing that you can. Okay, so let's go ahead and get, nope, not that one there. The chalice itself, and let's see if I can GPS some fluid into it. Based on that draining away, I'm going to say that worked. I'm going to increase the transfer rate here. Why is it not... I don't know why it's not transferring more quickly over there. Anyways, that should now be working over there, though it's probably not chunk loaded, so I'm going to chunk load it when I'm over there. Oh yeah, and then let me get a GPS to set this back up. GPS, and then a fluid transfer node. And then probably like a conduit, I guess is fine. Conduit to get the fluid out of our other chalice. So you use one chalice to feed it starlight, and you use another to actually collect the fluid that you're mining. GPS is going to go to our oil tank here. Bloop. Alright, and then we fly over once more. Okay, can't help but notice this actually doesn't have any starlight in it. GPS, are you bamboozling me? Are you, like, destroying my starlight and sending it nowhere? Zombie, where are you guys coming from? Peace candle ain't doing jack for us, Captain. Okay, so I guess it's not actually working. Like the pumping into the containment chalice. Maybe you have to target the upper block. Let's try that. Because the containment challenge is the chalice is like this weird 2-block structure. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna guess that we actually cannot do this, and we do need to, in fact. Yeah, we're just like sending the we're just sending the starlight into like the abyss, I guess. It's just going nowhere. Also, why is this like refilling so slowly? What is your problem over here? Maybe it's just not like visually updating. I don't know what's going on here. Anyways, let's try inserting it into the top block there. That's based on the fluid not draining. I'm going to guess that's also not working. So I'm going to grab a chest and a bunch of Vintium. What junk did I just put into my storage there? Chest. Let's get a chest. This kind of chest will be fine. Let's get some Vintium. Flawless Vintiums. Just load it up with Flawless Vintiums. That's probably going to be more than enough. I don't know that we need this many light wells, but I guess we'll see what it does for us. Let me turn off ores. I keep getting distracted by these ores on the map. Okay, so yeah, that's clearly not working either. So let's put our thing over there. That's where we're going to get the starlight, and then let's put our light wells over here. And I just don't want this chalice over here to fill up with starlight, so let me break it first before I start filling this one. And I didn't bring any item oh, I brought one item conduit. Cool. Oh yeah, you gotta go underneath these. Gosh dang it, why do they gotta be so annoying? Okay, extract all, insert. Alright, we should have starlight generation. So you should start sucking the starlight away. Every time it hits 400, it should take some away. And the ever-shifting fountain is going to use that to power the Neromantic Prime. And we should see this working soon. Let me go get more item conduits so we can make starlight faster. You'd probably appreciate that. What, you thought I was going to make you watch me do that for like a 5th time of forgetting stuff over here? Alright, let's get these guys set up first so that they can start working more quickly, presumably. Oh wait, we don't want extract here, we want insert. And then here I messed this one up, so I gotta use the wrench, insert. Alright, so all 4 of them should be running now. There we go. Okay, where are these guys coming from, like, for serious, though? So, the containment challenge is definitely giving the Neromantic Prime some stuff there, but it's, like, not doing anything yet. Not actually sure how long this takes to start working. I've never used one of these in survival before. I only tested this in my test server. Can I just speed this up maybe over here? Oh, these are already, like, full. Can you, like, get the starlight more quickly? This is full, and you're not using it. Maybe these are too far. I'm pretty sure it can interface with more than one light well, because I do have a light well set up closer to on my astral area over there. Let me just use the copy-paste conduit thing. Where is it? Paste, paste, paste. Wait, can it not extract from light wells that doesn't have line of sight on? Oh, that must be the issue. Okay. So in that case, we're going to want to do something like this. Me wasting all this Vintium be like. I don't really care. It's a free mineral, basically. We literally have a chicken that poops it out. What should I care? Okay. This time it's working on all 4 of them? Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So now it's able to charge up. I think it just wasn't able to work before because it wasn't able to get enough starlight. So let's see if it's able to start working now. Okay, while trying to troubleshoot it, like, this is hella annoying. Like, why are there so many spiders? This is, like, the worst mod that I've ever experienced, had the displeasure of experiencing in Minecraft. This robo creepers that just spawn nonstop in the daytime. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this thing. I was wondering, like, does it need, like, air blocks in here? So here I'm trying to manually provide it with, I'm manually putting Diventium in the light well here. This creeper just destroyed my Vintium. Seriously? Because I put a block on top of the crucible, which breaks the block that's currently in it. Anyways, it doesn't seem to matter, because that has not done anything for my, ever-shifting fountain. Let me try to read this again and see what the issue is here. Oh, okay, here we go. I got it working. I had to clear out some space underneath the altar to make it work. That was needlessly annoying. Okay, well, there goes. It just made a giant hole down to bedrock. Yay. And then I can set up my thing over here again. For the, not for the friggin' 4th time setting this up. One, two, three, four. Guys, please. Okay, conduit settings pasted. Let's import. Alright, so you should be providing starlight now, and you should start now drilling. On this side of the altar, I'm going to put another chalice, and that should start receiving the oil. Oh, yeah, there's some oil. Fluid.oil. You can see how fast it's generating there. It's definitely something. I don't know if it scales with how fast we're generating starlight. This is a mistake. That was not good. Do not stand on your crucibles if you have a spider near you. It's gonna just blow up all your stuff. I just lost like 30 Vintiums there. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure if this scales with the amount of starlight being produced here. These are producing so much starlight now. This seems to be roughly producing the same amount of oil. I can't really tell. Anyways, let's get this oil out of here, and let's get me out of here, because I'm already tired of being over here. Oh, right. This needs to be extracted from the bottom. Astral Sorcery, why do you do this? I don't have my cardboard box with me either. Okay, we're just going to break it and start it over. Nope, that doesn't work either. Oh, wait. No, hold on. That's a fluid conduit. Is that what my issue was before? I was just using a fluid conduit? Nope. Fluid conduit on the bottom does, in fact, work. Okay. Extract. In here. GPS marker. Let's claim this chunk and chunk load it. And that's not the correct GPS, is it? Nope, that is the chalice. Where's the other GPS I made? The one for, like, my fluid tank, you know? I'm pretty sure I made one. Really quickly take a look at my storage here, say if I put it in here. GPS. Alright, we go and make a new one of these. I guess I must have overwritten it or something. Anyways, that's going to basically give us all the oil that we're going to need for the rest of the game. So... presumably, anyways? I don't know. In all likelihood. Alright, this is the last time I'm flying over here, I promise. Alright, GPS go in. Alright, oil go home. Yay. So how fast is this producing now? I mean, it seems to be producing a, you know, a modest amount. It's probably about the same speed as what we were drilling before, except it's basically going to be infinite now. Wait, how did you get liquid to start? How did you get liquid starlight in you? And then this tank, for some reason, you can't reset it? I guess I can dump it in the trash can a few times. There we go. Okay, oil. Thank you. Please stay as oil. Please do not put starlight in there again. I don't have any idea how that starlight got in there. Probably when I was fumbling with my GPSs. Is that where my... No, it's not in here. I was going to say... Air? What are you targeting even? Oh, this is the one that's going over there. Okay, clear that one. Yeah, I don't know where I managed to put the GPS over there, but anyways, there we go. Oil automated now. Now you can hear the rage slowly building up, like I'm already tired of this nonsense. Be right back, I'm gonna go figure this out. Okay, so what I think is happening is that when this gets completely empty, it's sucking in starlight from over there. So I think if we just break line of sight, it should be fine. So let me just grab some dirt here. It's not going to be the prettiest looking thing. I kind of hate that I have to do this at all, but like, what else am I to do? I need to break line of sight with the crucibles without breaking line of sight with the wherever the actual oil comes from. Yo, what is wrong with this peace candle? It freaking sucks. It has like 0 range on it. I need to make like 4 of them and put them 2 chunks away in every direction. Okay, so we've cleared that. I guess I could just have this filtered here and put a trash can as well. Though I prefer if it's not taking the liquid starlight that it's supposed to be using to generate oil. Frankly, I don't know how these things work. It might not even be using starlight to generate oil. Okay, so let me get filter. Gonna take 2 filters, get a trash can. I guess this is probably just what I should have done to begin with. So you over here, let me just filter this to oil first and see if this has fixed the issue. So oil, we want this kind of oil. Be right back while I go clear the other side. Okay, so we are now receiving oil. Good. Let's go back one more time. All right, we're back here. So it's not getting anything, probably because I've blocked line of sight to the middle here. There we go. Can you get oil again? That or oh no, I've broken the multi-block because the little swirlies are gone. Multi-block, yes, hello. I would like you to turn back on now, actually. Brother, this thing is like mad annoying. What is wrong with this? Neromantic Prime, go. I choose you. Yeah, I don't want liquid starlight over here is the thing. Be right back while I troubleshoot this one more time. Okay, well, it seems like the chalice is not getting starlight now, which makes me think this is like up too high, maybe? Why is this so annoying? Oh my god. Let me move my light wells like a 4th time now. Oh yeah, see, now they got something. Yeah, I guess they were just obstructed by the conduits. Does this work? Please just like let something here work. Nope. Okay, so that's too low. How do I get the items into the crucible if being up there makes it be obstructed? And we can't have blocks in this area, so it has to be at least here. Alright, I guess I'm gonna try this for like a 5th time now. Where's my fluid conduits? Nope, not fluid conduits. Now I'm getting like so annoyed at this, it's not even putting the right blocks on the thing anymore. Okay, so are you taking the starlight now? Are you getting the starlight? So you're taking it, but are you getting it? Okay, it's getting it from there. Okay, honestly, spiders, now is not the time. How do I confirm it's taking the starlight from over here? Why is this thing so fussy? I guess if I block it like that, I should see it stop going in there now. Okay, yeah, this is blocking all of the starlight, which means these are probably just blocking each other. Because, let's see, are you getting starlight now? Still not getting starlight. I don't understand, like, what the delivery method for this starlight to get to the middle is. Unless it's just, like, not taking any. But no, it should still be taking it, regardless of if it's using it or not. Because it should be taking it. Yeah, there it goes. So it's taking it from here. Okay, I'm just going to use, like, something that works. Because clearly this is way too fussy for no reason. I am also getting super annoyed at these spiders. Alright, there we go. I guess let me just make sure they're adequately spaced apart. So we know that corner works, which means symmetrically speaking, this corner should work. And then same for that edge there. So all 4 of these should be working now. Now then, over here on this side, let's put our containment chalice. You have to be freaking kidding me. Alright, next time anything comes up, it's just getting nuked with the COFH kill all command. Like, I'm just tired of it. Okay. Because there is no reason they should be coming over here from, like... This is like a 4-chunk radius thing, so they're coming over here from, like, 100 blocks away. Okay, Ender Fluid Conduit. Containment Chalice. You should start receiving oil. Okay. And then here, into a GPS, we are going to put a fluid filter with oil. Insert. Here, we are going to extract. Alright, so now that should be taking all the oil. And, yep, see, look at that. It's sucking some starlight over here occasionally. So I'm guessing it's just going to occasionally pull some starlight, which is okay. But in order to this to not be a problem, I'm just going to put starlight here. Starlight goes into the fluid trash can. Oops, I didn't connect it. There we go. Okay. So oil goes home, starlight goes into fluid trash. Okay, I hope I never have to interact with this this multi-block ever again. That was a horrible experience to set this up, especially with the P scandal basically doing jack squat for our protection here. Yeah, no. How are we on lead now? Okay, so we've got some lead now. Let's go ahead, HPCA computing. Let's make 5 of those. We can now make everything. Great. Wow, 7,000 platinum foils. Makes to craft 1,000 IV circuits? Jesus. Okay, well, better get cracking on it, I guess. So this is gonna take a while, probably. Wow, that is a lot of iron 3 chloride. Okay, while this is going, I'm going to pause, take care of myself in person, and then I'm going to be back, and hopefully this will be done so we can set these up. And then kind of end the episode there, because I've been wanting to upgrade our processing. Oh, we also need to make a network switch, right? Network switch. Forgot about that part. Network switch is just a bunch of computer casings, probably an advanced computer in the middle, yeah. Network switch. What did we still need for you? We need that automated, and that's it. Okay, so we just need enriched naquita-trinium europium dorendi wire. Okay, cool. Not a mouthful or anything. C2 wires. All right, network switch. Now what's your problem? Europium dust. Did I not teach you how to do europium dust? I guess not. We have europium, but not the dust. So let's make europium dust. I thought I did that before. It must... Oh, I did it with duranium. I didn't do it with europium. Are we going to need that for tritanium as well? Does something use tritanium dust? No, nothing uses tritanium dust. Okay, one more time. Network switch. Can I select which crafting CPU I want to use? How about that one? Cool. So now we are doing 2 big crafts at the same time. I'm going to step away while that chugs along, and then we'll put these together once these are done. This is probably actually going to be like a 10+ minute craft, 20-minute crafts. It's just a lot of stuff. 64 nether stars. Just a lot of ingots. How's our power usage looking through all of this? Actually holding up with power, which makes me feel like I can go upgrade some hatches here and there, especially on our slower stuff. Our slower stuff is definitely going to be our alloy blast smelter. But hey, once we get the UV assembly machine, we can make the next tier of coils, and then that's not going to be that's going to be a little bit faster as well, because we'll get extra free set of overclocks. Alright, I'll be back once these crafts are done or close to done. This is quite the craft. Remember how the controller, the shells took 9,000 niobium titanium wires? Well, this one's over 12,000. We might be here for a while. What is our circuit assembler looking like at the moment? It's looking like nothing right this second. Probably because it hasn't gotten enough RAM chips or something cut up to start doing the lower tier circuits. Our autoclave's probably like, oh, our autoclave's still not hit the threshold of doing crystal processors. Well, I might as well take some raw crystal chips and crunch them up over there. Gets us, just keeps us ahead of the curve on those. Alright, I will be back once we've done more processing on these recipes. Okay, slight hiccup in the plan here. So can't actually make the network switch yet because we cannot make these ingots I'm just going to call it the UV superconductors. So I'm actually going to need to cancel this job here. And I'm going to need to go into the blast furnace and take out what was put into the hatches here. Which is kind of annoying, but it's not the end of the world. So where's our input hatches again? I believe they are in here, right? Yep, there they go. Just need to take these dusts out, and then this argon. For the argon, I'm just going to destroy and replace the hatch. No biggie on that one. Not very much dust, so, or argon. Alright, patch this up in here. Put the coil back, and that should be open for business again. I say nothing starts crafting. Was there nothing else that needed to craft in there? I guess must not have been, so everything that's crafted is... that was going to cook in there is done. This is quite an input bus right now. Okay, I'm gonna let this continue processing. I guess, though, we're not going to be able to hook these up, so I don't know why I'm bothering to make them all right now, since we can't even make the network switch. We need to be working on UV. We need tritanium coils to make the network switch. And in order to get that, we need a UV assembler, and to get the UV assembler, we need these UV components, which means we need Darum Stadium and Americium, I believe. Americium for the motors. Yeah, here's Americium. So with that, I mean, I kind of think, like, there's just, like, we need to go do some more fusion. Tritanium is still cooking up over here. How's our titanium? Titanium is still going. Gallium is still going. How's our fusion reactors doing? Are we still doing... So this is still doing duranium with the gallium and radon. This one is still doing... Oh, this one's currently doing coolant plasma, probably because we ran out of duranium at some point. So here, let me just cut the liquid helium supply temporarily to switch the recipe, and then it's going to do all the liquid duranium until it runs out, and then it'll switch back to coolant plasma. But let's see, I need to do americium. So we cannot do the americium plasma. That's a Mark III fusion reactor. We'll have to do this recipe here. I believe I do have 10 energy hatches on here because we're making tritanium. So tritanium also was a 200 million EU. Okay. So americium, let me actually bookmark it or something. So here's americium. We need to do chrome and lutetium, which we should have lutetium. LUT. How do you spell this? LUTET. Wait a second. We don't have any lutetium? Uh-oh. Lutetium. Why don't we have any of this? It only comes from thorium. Or we can make it with lanthanum and silicon. Okay. Honestly, maybe we go mine some thorium. I'm feeling like maybe mining some thorium. Wait, hang on. It's not even in here. Purified thorium. That is not what it shows in here. Pulverized purified thorium. There is no lutetium in this diagram. I'm not sure which one to believe, so I think I might need to actually fuse it up as well. Lanthanum, we have that one. Lanthanum, we have a bunch from Rare Earth, I believe. Yeah, Rare Earth gave us lanthanum. So americium needs lutetium and chrome. And then the other thing we need is Baron Stadium. Durham Stadium. I always forget how to spell this one. Let me just look at the UV thing again. Oh, here it's in the machine casings. Okay, Durham Stadium. So Durham Stadium comes from arsenic and ruthenium. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna set these fusion reactor recipes up. It looks like ruthenium is something I have, arsenic is something I have, but I'm going to need to do lutetium, which is going to need silicon and lanthanum. So I'm going to probably do this in my Mark 1 reactor, send it over to the Mark 2 reactor to make americium. And then Durham Stadium, we should need way less of this because it's only used for... I believe it's only used for a couple things here and there. We're not going to be making any of these machines for the most part. So don't need to worry about that. UV holder, rotor holder we might make. Screws are not relevant. Bolts, rods. Quantum chest and quantum tank we're not worried about. Yeah, so really the only thing we would be using this for is to make UV machine casings. And the reason we would want that would be for fusion machine casings. That also needs americium. Gross. And energy hatches, right? Yeah, energy and dynamo hatch. I don't think we care about the dynamo hatch at this point because this is kind of like our peak energy generation. Like anything we need to generate with power, we can use these hatches or even ZPM dynamos. Anyways, I'm going to spend the time between episodes here probably just setting up some fusion recipes to run overnight. And next time we come back, we will have the stuff to make those coils. I might just go ahead and just tell it to... I might just go ahead and make those coils next time, so that I can go ahead and upgrade all of our furnaces and get our network switch ready so we can set that up next time. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. If you are enjoying the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.